So, about to do a reaction video, and now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. So, I am Rugazi. I'm originally a Twitch streamer. I moved over to TikTok, Twitch, playing with my money. So, I'm over here having a full time blast and fun game with these folks. Anyways, right now I'm not streaming. I don't know what's up with TikTok, but TikTok is overly sensitive, overly sensitive, overly. But anyways, um, so I know y'all do know who Brashear Gray is, aka Hakeem Lyon from Empire. Um, Throughout the years, he has been nowhere to be found. Actually, like he hasn't been on no TVs, no videos. I don't even think he make music anymore. And now it's starting to seem like he done became a full blown crash out because every time he do hit the news, he's either arrested or on live crashing out. And rumors were coming around, very bad ones, very nefarious ones. Oh, it's really sad because you wouldn't even think that people go through this and it actually happens. And you be thinking that there's a lot of rumors to it and they're not. They're real. This actually happens. And this is, I'm going to say another reason why some people don't even want to be successful for real no more. Because it takes a lot. You get successful and it seems like there's a twist to it. Like you got to do things to stay up there. Yeah. But yeah. We'll go ahead and watch this video. I'm gonna go ahead and say like y'all. I'm sorry, my energy is real low because I didn't. It's 8 in the morning. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get here with it. You know what I'm saying? Brashear Gray, let's do it.
Is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, bullshit sometimes. And you know that's the only thing that I hate about it.
Watching him, he's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way, first out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
Will
His face, bro. You telling me my keyboard? I can't use my keyboard for nothing right now. Anyways.
So with me,
Like, even though he's smiling, that don't even look like he's 100% even into what's happening right now. Like, he don't even look like he's listening to what's his name got to say. Therese even looks uncomfortable.
years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded
None of them are
by
looking
a
at the
whole lot
camera.
of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to
Therese
do
is
is add
legit.
discipline, and he's going to be all right.
Will and Jada Smith are having a nasty start to 2026. And when I say nasty, I mean low down, dirty receipts of how they mess with young men, allegedly, who came to them for guidance and mentorship. One of them just so happens to be Brashear Gray. According to Brashear, what he suffered under Will Smith's so-called mentorship was so intense that it changed the direction of his life completely, taking him from a young, promising Hollywood actor to getting his back blown out by other men in front of cameras. Will allegedly not only used him, but also groomed him to be pimped out by other men, only for them to discard him once they were done with him. Allegedly, Brashear started catching feelings for Will Smith, and this ran on for about a few years, and Brashear really
Yo, yo, yo.
Huh?
See, this is what I mean by people be adding too much. Nobody, know what? It's already news being coming out. So I'm sure she gonna let everything out, but where did him actually catching feelings for Will come out from? Like we got now. There's a lot of proof and things being said, and a lot of videos being sent out where things are said. You don't know if it's true. You don't know if it's ever true, but certain things, certain things people need. You know what I'm saying? We need them facts. We need that proof to feel like you're not just throwing shit out there so you can keep ears in an audience for your video. You know I'm like I don't know. I'm tripping.
That he had someone who would protect him and be there for him. But the most painful part, according to Brashear, is that as soon as he tried to do something for himself, now that he was finally out of their bubble, Will and Jada blacklisted him from the
Immediately throw him out.
industry so badly that no one would
Blacklisted?
touch him with a 10-foot pole. And now he has nothing to lose, so there's no reason why he should stay silent any longer.
Besties, this
So that makes sense. That makes so much sense. So basically, as long as he was doing everything that Will told him to, he could continue everything that he was in. And I guess he went against Will after Empire. So he ain't get no projects after that. You see how crazy that sounds? Like, like, you see how crazy that sounds? You got people out here that are evil enough to make sure that they have you in their control to a point. Now that they don't have you in their control, they do things to make you remember that they're the reason why things are going good for you. Like, I don't know how I could feel about this. People will look at a celebrity. I'm gonna say a celebrity because there's so many of them. A celebrity in general, and be like, "Oh yes, I want to meet this person, be so in love with this person," and there is so much evil that is hidden behind cameras. And then most of these people ain't a part of that type of stuff. And just let's to be 10 million with you, anybody that's in a camera or on live TV or always having something going on, they have to be doing something to be so active. Literally. Just think about it. Cat Williams is a lot more funnier than Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has more projects. You see what I'm saying, bro? And now hearing things about this, I'ma just say Brashear wasn't acting in Empire. It was a piece of him in Empire as Hakeem that he was actually feeling and acting the way he was acting. But because he was behind camera and them emotions was always in him, he seemed to bring that character out so well. That's boy, man, that's crazy, bro.
today is still one of the scariest transformations I've ever seen in my life. To go from this fine, young, rich, millions of followers, you know what I'm saying? You could start any business you want, you could do whatever you want. You are known around the world.
That's just
Into
drugs,
this?
bro. You can see his lips.
In a matter of years? Baby, this ain't just drugs.
Ever since Empire ended, Brashear Gray's career trajectory
Oh,
has been super controversial. The way Hollywood rallied behind him and praised his skills as a rapper and an actor with big shots, like Will Smith, who talked about mentoring him and taking his career to the A-list level, is crazy considering how he ended up. But somewhere along the line, Brashear started acting out, getting blackballed, and he went from aspiring actor who had the potential to be a big movie star to an OnlyFans star. And for the sake of your eyes, please don't ever go near his Twitter page. And unfortunately, Brashear's name was taken out of the conversation, and it would have remained.
Yo, Twitter? He doing OnlyFans? I ain't know nothing about it, bro. What? OnlyFans?
of sight if this recent news about Will and Jada's private life and what they were reportedly doing to young men seeking quote unquote mentorship didn't
I
hit
can
the
see why they
internet.
weren't happy
Mind you,
together.
this is still being alleged, and Brashear is now thinking of filing a $50 million lawsuit against Will. The suit was revealed as a blind item, and it read, I suspect a soon to step forward male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so. Sean Diddy Combs. So this all really started unraveling after Will Smith was hit with another lawsuit from his former violinist Brian Scott Joseph, who accused him of SA. In the lawsuit, he talked about how Will allegedly spent personal time with him during his 2025 tour and was talking about how he shared a special connection with Brian that wasn't there with anyone else. But slowly, Will's behavior started becoming increasingly creepy. As their relationship grew closer, Will told Brian, you and I have such a special connection that I don't have with anyone else. And in March of 2025, his bag, which contained his hotel room key, went missing for several hours. Later that night, when Joseph returned, he found out that someone had unlawfully entered his room and left behind belongings, including wipes, a bottle of HIV medication, with another individual's name, with a note that read, Brian, I'll be back no late.
What? Left behind belongings, including wipes, a bottle of HIV medication with another individual's name? So these niggas be doing this stuff to people. They be sick and they continue doing it. Oh my God.
Stone F. Brian took this as a warning that an unknown individual would soon return to his room and engage in sexual acts with him. And he feared that they intended for it to be with him. And when he reported it to Will's team, he got shamed for it and fired. And that's why he filed the lawsuit. Brian is also alleging that Will tried to groom him for a sexual relationship, and it was because he refused that Will's attitude turned sour towards him.
About this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that.
Now, even though this is a serious matter, he don't look gay. That boy look like he got a little sugar in there. You telling me I'm tripping? You telling me like I said, I understand it's a serious matter, but let's be for real. All right. Okay.
Simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it.
Now, it's gonna be difficult for him to prove the harassment part of the lawsuit, but if there's someone that came back with receipts of Will's nasty behavior, it's Brashear Gray. And it is Will's former best friend and assistant who was out here going on interviews talking about Brashear being used by Will. He started talking about how Will Smith used the guise of mentorship.
No, not L. W fucking best friend. W human. W human. Let's be for real, bro. If I had a best friend and I found out that he was doing some very weird, erroneous stuff to people, me and that boy could not be friends no more. We could not be friends no more. Our friendship is over with. There's no way you think I'm gonna be with you while you're doing this. No. Anyway, like that makes no sense. Like, bro, friendship over with immediately. Nigga, what? That's off. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening. Cause you gotta think about it, right? If you are friends with someone that does weird stuff to people, you gotta think about how people are gonna look at you. How people are gonna look at you. Like, you don't think they're gonna look at you weird too? You get what I'm saying? Like, I hope people can understand where I'm coming from. That's bad. That's horrible. That's horrible. But W best friend, bro.
to lure young actors and entertainers who wanted to make it in the industry. So Brashear accepted it, but it didn't take long for him to realize that it wasn't just going to be getting roles and working. He was being invited to parties. Those Diddy kind of parties. And anytime Brashear
We
would
hosting
reportedly
Diddy
ask why he
parties?
had to do
What?
any of that, Will would tell him that he needed to put in the work and pay his dues before he could have a seat at the table.
Bashir
Oh
Gray.
my
So
god.
long story short, when I'm in Chicago, this guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, "You know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy sexually assaulted me, and you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part, right?" And I'm like, whoa, this was a full admittance. And he's going, and I'm like, I didn't know anything. He's in the corner, balled up, snot, so much sweating and pain that blood is coming from his nose, right?
No,
And this is me
what?
and him in a conversation. And he was like, please don't tell him. Please don't tell him, right? Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bashir Gray, but it was
Oh my god.
consensual,
It was
right?
consensual.
So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because nothing, I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now, Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bashir, he said Bashir did ask him to stop. Will said he finished, completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person say stop, that means stop. Period. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith sexually assaulted Bashir Gray. Charlie Mack and Will gets a lawyer for Bashir, and they try to get me under NDA. I tell Will, I'm not signing, I don't even have an NDA with you. How am I getting an NDA with him? You understand what I'm saying? So I hire a lawyer, right?
Mhm.
When I hire the lawyer, he comes back and say, listen, this is the best I can do. He said, I'm going to have y'all do a mutually NDA, meaning that Bashir can't tell people that you know that Will and Diddy sexually assaulted him. And I want to say the R word,
What?
but I know we're on YouTube. Then you can't say nothing about him. So I said, okay, well, as long as he stopped telling people that I know what Will and Diddy did to him. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That was the problem. So there's legal paperwork, and it's all going to be, and you got to follow this case. All that's coming out in court.
We did.
And it was only when Brashear couldn't take it
Oh
any
my
longer and
God.
started acting out that Will discarded him because he was afraid of Brashear's behavior affecting his brand.
Now, he's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new
They were basically prostituting him to all the men in the industry. But so you telling me that now he is doing OnlyFans with men? So he's basically like filling himself up with drugs to forget everything that's happened to him. And now he's in a mixed world of trying to bury scars and force himself to accept them at the same time. Okay. Damn, bro. This is sad, bro.
Leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life, and what you had to do with it.
At first, Bashir's story would have been brushed off as a money grab,
Yo,
but his
what?
wild allegations have now been backed by none other than brother Bilal, Will's longtime friend of 40 years. He's claiming that he was there to witness what Bashir said and knew for a fact that Will and Diddy did something sinister to Bashir.
Ooh. So, but normally I have to go to Will's house if there's a meeting. So Will comes to my apartment allegedly, and Charlie Mack, the rat, the informant, come to my apartment. So they was like, hey, B, look, man, we got this new guy Will is mentoring. His name is Bashir Gray. Everybody call him Yaz. He's about to get cast on this major show. That was I'm like, okay, what would you want? I'm thinking they coming to get product. Bashir was supposed to allegedly star in the reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I said, look, Will, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to go to Chicago and hold this guy down. I remember like it was yesterday, I turned the computer around. I said, Will, that's what's in my bank account right now, right? Will started laughing, right? And said, I'm gonna make sure you get double that over the course of time. That's my guarantee. So I'm like, sheesh. I said, okay. So he said, just make sure.
When he started working, Bashir was managed by Will's longtime friend, Charlie Mack. So it didn't take long for Charlie to introduce the two. Will was interested in him to the point that he told Bilal to assist Bashir while he was working on Empire. At first, everything was normal, but then out of nowhere, Bashir started acting erratic and restless, and he went from a regular actor trying to make it in Hollywood to partying nonstop, doing drugs, and sleeping around with prostitutes. At first, Bilal didn't know what was going on with him. In fact, no one did, and nothing that he could do or say could stop Bashir from wilding out. Until one day, Bilal heard something that he was never meant to know.
I'm in Chicago. This guy's acting erratic. Crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy sexually assaulted me. And you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part. Right? And I'm like, whoa. This was a full admittance.
While he was trying to talk Bashir down from the path that he was headed, Bashir suddenly blurted out that Will and Puffy did something to him. At the time, Bashir thought that Bilal knew and was just trying to cover for them. It was only after he saw his reaction that Bashir told him that Will and Diddy gave him some money and whatever they promised him and sent him on his way. But he really hasn't been the same since then. Like something in him was...
bro, I don't know how, bro. Look. And this is what I'm talking about. This right here is a real deal moment that dude had with a victim accidentally. Because he was best friends with Will, he was down to work with him and take the money that he gave him, everything. All I had to do was just watch over for this kid. That's it. I'm cool. I'll do that for you. You my buddy. I got you. This your folks. I got you. You ain't finna hand me no money to be this dude's security guard or guardian for no reason. And plus, he's a kid. I'm sure when the movie started, he was like in his 20s. He's still a kid. Well, young adult, but some people do need guidance at that age still. But when someone tries to have like a pep talk or like a, hey man, like what's going on? Why? You ain't really had to deal with that situation like that. And you've been doing drugs like all the other stuff. And he comes out to you like, nigga, you know what happened. You know what's up. You know he did this to me, this, that, and the other, all the other stuff. Nigga, let me tell you something, bro. I'm a man of peace. If you disturbing my peace, you're not gonna be around me for long. I stand on that. You're not gonna be around me for long. When I feel like I'm in a messed up situation and I hear something like that, I would have bawled my eyes out in front of that nigga. What do you mean? My best friend did what to you? With who? They did what? Nigga, huh? I ain't even gonna lie to you. He probably did know about it. But once again, reaction, situation, all that stuff happened. So, boy, look, man, I can't even get the words out. I know if I was in his situation, I don't even know what I would do. I don't know what to say, what to do, how to move. Like, you gotta think about it. These are big people. These people could get in contact with people that can get you knocked off the grid with nobody in the world knowing. Like, you wouldn't know what to do. You get this is why I like, bro. This is insane. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, bro.
To put it, this dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on. I pulled him to the side. I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will raped me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come.
Is this true?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true.
Brother Bilal had been going in on Jada and Will like his life depended on it. And child, he has said a lot. He talked about how he saw Will and Dwayne Martin on the bed with Will, allegedly drilling him like he was making a journey to the center of the earth. He also went on Tasha K and dragged Jada to filth to the point that she threatened to file a lawsuit against him. But Brother Bilal stood his ground. He wasn't out here trying to extort them or anything like that. And if Jada was so sure he was lying, then she should go and file a lawsuit and see what comes out of it.
Said Will, and once again, they was willing to give me the money, but what they wanted me to do, I wasn't going to do that for the money. And I knew that alleged things have happened with younger kids. I knew that there were
oh my God.
Some egregious acts from on a sexual nature done to people. That money, I called it the devil money. If I would have took that money, right? That money would have done me no good. You understand what I'm saying?
No. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, you're doing a very great job. You are protecting the world. Oh my God. He's going to, bro. The way he outing these people is crazy, bro. Yo, like, it's one thing doing the right thing. It's another thing doing something like this though. Like he ain't just he ain't just he ain't that nigga full blow. Pew, pew, like he's letting it out. He letting it all out. I'm talking about he pulling the trigger. He letting the clip go empty. He not gonna stop. Like yo, he talk about the money. He talk about the kid. He talk about everything. Like yo, this is insane. Yo, they did what? And he letting it all out. He letting it all out, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, shout out to Bilal. I hope nothing bad happens to you after this, though, twin. Like, I promise with everything in my heart, I hope everything goes in your favor. I hope your life goes 10 times better. But I hope they give your hometown your name on the street or something. Bro, yo, this is crazy work, bro. Oh, my God.
It could have been my downfall. That's why I didn't take that money. People are like, oh, he trying to get money. Okay, well, if I'm trying to get money, why didn't I take that money?
Still, out of everything he said, the way he just backed up Brashear's claims against Will Smith fit the final piece in the puzzle. It's one thing for Brashear to say it and have his claims dismissed as a money grab, but Bilal coming out with receipts really puts things into perspective. For the price that Brashear had to pay just to get his foot in the door, only to get burned. But what do you guys think about all of this? Do you think there's any truth to it? Sound off in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.
Crazy, bro. All of this is crazy, bro. None of that, yo. I'm not even watching this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Charged in one of the most
notorious Snoop Dogg fan, but Snoop Dogg has something to do with Diddy's case too. Yo, bro, I'm just say, bro, this is an evil world. If you want to be in the industry, there's a lot of repercussions when you get into it. Yo. And there was even a video going out where Will Smith immediately tried to back himself up on stage. Talking about some, I don't even like Diddy. He said, I don't even like baby oil. Bro, the whole team is going into a downfall. Shit. Tyler Perry next. Y'all only hear about what he did to China. Not at all. Not yet. Not yet. Y'all see China ain't been in movies for a while. You know who I'm talking about. The Disney singer? Yeah. 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 Y'all see she ain't been in no movies or TV shows in a minute. She making music with her sisters. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of that stuff don't go the way it go no more. Like, that's crazy, bro. Well, Brashear, I hope your case do go well. I hope it goes in your favor. I hope you lock up all the evil people in the world too. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh my God. And Bilal, I hope your world get better also. Other than that, though, if you don't know the slogan, now you gonna know it later, man. Blunt crazy. We're going Brugazi, my nigga. We out.